I think the main motivator for my sort of photography when I go out and leave and what I want to take pictures of is fear. I have a lot of fear when it comes to taking pictures of people. People are very hesitant to have their picture taken, especially in the style that I want to take it in. I want to flash in your face. Bruce Gilden, Martin Parr, these sort of people that are very in your face are big inspirations of mine, but I can't face the sort of work that they do. I mean, ethically, there's so many challenges over taking pictures of people, especially in this current world, because it's a hard game to play, whether you take someone's picture and then just walk away and just sort of hope that they don't get annoyed, or you want to ask them or not. But that sort of pushes me to take pictures of my landscape and the stuff that's around me that's more inanimate rather than moving things that need consent. So I'll look at anything from an overfilled dog. I think when I'm looking at inspirations, I think what I got told I'm very good at is, not to brag, but contextual references. I don't just look at photographers, I'll look at a wider range of sort of things. Like when I'm doing my Essex stuff, I'm looking at anything from books like The Invention of Essex by Tim Burrows, a great journalist, all the way to like watching episodes of Towie to sort of get a grander idea, not just an academic looking at essays and articles or just research on TikTok and stuff like that. I'm trying to look at everything, visual and literature and painting and anything that can inform the way that I work. But if we are talking about photographers, because obviously I do look at photographers, Chris Killip at the moment is just a massive inspiration for me. He's more documentary, and I'd say I sort of fit into documentary in a sense, but his work is just unbelievable. Seacole and I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but in flagrante or in it's something like that. Basically, the way he'd work is he'd go into a community that wasn't his, and he'd just make himself a part of that community. Not like saying he belongs there, but he just would be so determined that he was going to photograph and make these people accept him photographing them. So he'd stay there for years and years and years. And the way he worked was so interesting. He'd go and he'd find like one street and he'd say, for this whole day I have to stay in this one street and I'm not leaving until I get a good picture. And he's got a large format camera, a fucking huge camera, and just, he's a ballsy guy who really understood his process a lot more than me. And I like that I can look at someone like him, but I have a complete opposite sort of process. Mine is a lot more alike to someone like Martin Parr, popping up wherever, whenever, and doing very quick snapshots. But they're still thought about. I feel like snapshot photography is something that's a bit pushed to the side, especially in street, because it's just a lot of luck, whereas it seems like if you've got a large format camera, you know what you're doing a lot more, you know you're going to get that shot, whereas you can still have that sort of work ethic when you're using a small digital camera running around the street doing whatever you want, because there's still the care to it, I think. I don't think I'm a careless photographer just because I take a lot of pictures. I think I take a lot of pictures because I can't not. I find it burns me to the core if I don't take that one picture, and you get that a lot in street photography. around here, Roxwell. Very nice. Not a bad place to live. A quiet sort of village life. And it was about knocking on your neighbour's door, asking if he wants to come out and play. No real pedestrian access, as you can see, but that's one of my favourite things, walking on a road. You find stuff that people won't find because no one wants to walk on the side of a main road. But yeah, I grew up here. I was born here and grew up until about halfway through junior school when I moved into Chelmsford, a much more populated area. But I think this sort of place gave me some things that have stuck with me, like a great childhood where I was allowed to just do whatever I wanted, just be a fucking kid and play and be creative in amongst a lot of nature and peace and tranquility. I think you get an idea that life is sort of a bit easier than you think, and half of that is privilege. But also you can't deny the fact that it's a good thing. Privilege is always going to be something that helps you out, even though it's a negative connotations. I am glad that I came from a nice place. But yeah, this is a really old town as well, village. And I find it fun that I am really interested in villages, the ways of living in Britain. Now, this is a very classical way of living. You've got like 4 main institutions. You've got a church, a village shop, a pub and a town hall, and that's about it. And so you have to really make your own fun, which is something that helps for creativity, I think. First of all, we've got Nikon D3100. This has been in my family for, I want to say, more than a decade now. And it was initially the party camera, slap it on auto and just take pictures of drunk people. Then it was my sister's camera for art GCSE. And then she gave it to me and she said, "Don't break this because I'm going to be having it back." She has not touched it since, and I have rinsed this camera. Its life expectancy I've gone way past, but it does me so well. And I've got a Nikon 18-70mm lens, which is amazing. I love a wider angle. Then I've got my speed light on top, just a Nikon secondhand. It's fallen apart at the seams like everything to do with me, but it does me so well and I need flash. Then big bottle of water. All my walks are 2 hours minimum, so you always need water, of course. Headphones, no doubt about it, always got to have headphones. Jumper. England is the most unpredictable place ever. This is the prime photographer treat. Dunnocks, tea cakes, 6 a piece, £1.10. Please, please, please have these. These are fuel, actual fuel. I'm gonna have one now. There's some more. What? Biscuits. An apple. Gum, I feel like I have to have gum. Gum helps to think. Gum definitely helps the mind. And it also helps really bad breath when you smoke quite a lot. And then, to be honest, that is quite literally it. For a 5 hour walk, that is all I got. I don't pack smartly, but that for me is just perfect.